Well, CREAM, to get technical, is the Cooperative for Real Education and Agricultural Management, but it's definitely more than just learning about how to run a farm. You definitely learn how to work with other people. You learn how to work with animals that are so much bigger and more powerful than you. And you definitely learn how to respect others and respect the animals, because without the respect, like, things could get ugly.
I want to work on a dairy farm, and this is a really good way to get some experience.
I decided to do CREAM because I wanted more large animal experience.
Why did I decide to do CREAM? Actually, that's one of the main reasons I came to UVM. It's because of the CREAM program. One of my friends recommended it, and it has a really hands-on kind of aspect to things.
Here at the CREAM barn, we raise and work with two different types of cows, the Holsteins, which are the big white and black cows that everybody knows and loves. And we also have the little Jerseys, which are the brown cows. Holsteins are valued probably the most popular dairy cow because they produce so much milk per day. And Jerseys, even though they don't produce as much milk, they produce a lot more butter fat, which is what helps make ice cream so delicious, and butter and cheese.
It will depend on what part of their life they're in and if they have had babies or not, because the lactating cows get a different food than the cows that are waiting to have their next baby. Generally, for the milking herd, they get a mixture of grain and corn silage and hay silage. And then most all of the cows get an additional amount of grain depending on how much milk they're producing.
Our chores start from AM milk. You come in at 2:30 in the morning. 2? I think it's 3. 3, right? 3:30, and the first thing you do during AM milk is milk the cows, because the cows need to be milked at 4 in the morning and 4 in the afternoon. So you start by milking them, and after that you just run through basic other chores like cleaning the barn, putting new sawdust, taking care of the calves, and that's it for AM milk. It takes a while. We usually finish at around 7. That's my favorite chore, actually. AM milk is my favorite chore. I don't know, I find it relaxing coming to the barn and just milking the cows and seeing the sunset come up. Then we have AM check, which is just coming back to the barn and checking that AM milk left everything nice, that the wash cycle ran for the milking system, checking the bulk tank, checking the calves, basic stuff, and leave everything ready for PM milk, which is at 2:30. Then at 2:30 you come back, start doing the chores first. First of all, you go feed the calves now, and you clean up the barn, you put new feed, and then you start the milking at 4. So it's a little bit of a rush. And after that, you just do PM check, which is basically do the same thing you did at AM check. Check everything, feed the calves at a PM check, and then leave everything ready for AM milk.
With chores, you're kind of like, all of a sudden you finish. And I think AM milk is just more abrupt than anything, because you're cleaning, and then you're just done.
Because even though you had to get up and be here by 3:30, by the time you're done, you've accomplished so much more than most people can say they have an entire day.
So we start up the milking system, and then we will strip out 2 cows on each side. And when you're stripping, you're just checking to make sure they don't have abnormal milk, because then we might want to treat it, keep their milk from going into the tank. And then we pre-dip them, which kills any bacteria that's on their teat ends. Then we wipe off the dip after like about a minute and put on the milking machine, and it will stay on there from anywhere from like 2 minutes to 10, depending on the cow and how much they milk and how long it takes them to let down the milk. And once it comes off, you post-dip them. And the post-dip is just another antibacterial and prevents bacteria from getting into the teats.
It's hard to gauge. We have our top producer milks out about 50 to 60 pounds per milking. Our lowest one milks out about 18 pounds or 20 pounds per milking.
I think it all goes to the Agrimark co-op. The majority of it goes to Cabot.
Not a lot of people can say that they've seen a birth. And like for my calving, I remember just being absolutely stunned afterward because I couldn't believe that I actually helped deliver a life.
It's pretty great to watch them being born. Kind of painful looking at times, but really, it's just really rewarding to like bring something into the world and like see that relationship that they have with their mom like right off, and just like those first moments of their life are pretty awesome.
We do artificial insemination on them. We have a breeder come in. When we detect heats, we put a card up by their name, and the breeder will breed them.
My position is outreach. For outreach, it's my job to communicate with the UVM community as well as the Burlington community and promote tours and get people interested in our program and get people knowledgeable about our program.
I'm the VP.
So I'm one of the vet liaisons, and part of my responsibility is vaccinating all the cows and overseeing like the general health of the herd. The vet comes every other week, so I'm here when he comes, and we do a check of all the cows that are pregnant, or if there's any other cow that seems unhealthy.
But we, as Katie and myself, we decided to come every weekend and vaccinate the cows. So we make a list of who needs to get vaccines and what's the protocol that we need to run. The protocol depends on how old they are, how recently they've been bred, or how recently they're going to be dried off. And besides that, we restock the medicine cabinet.
Probably when I accidentally left the gate open and let all the cows run free. It was a lot of fun rounding them back up, and I think they had a lot of fun as they got to roam around.
One of the cows just decided to projectile poop on me, and I was like, okay, let's retract that. Just get back to where we were talking about. You're supposed to be doing this, and just a big pile of poop all over me.
We're halfway through the barn, and all of a sudden I hear this scream from Molly. She's at the other end of the barn, and one of the cows just projectile shat into her boot. It was hilarious, and she sat there just not knowing what to do for a good couple minutes.
And my favorite part of Cream so far, I think just having such a huge responsibility for a large herd of animals is pretty cool.
Cream is time consuming, but it really, I don't know, you really engage in the program and learn a lot from every single aspect, from finance, productions, how to manage a dairy farm industry.